Welcome back to the madness, everybody. I just did it live and I was watching the video and the quality is horrendous. So I don't know if it was like an internet issue, but I decided just to re-upload it doing normally. I said in the video that I'm trying to use more of the access that YouTube gives me so I can start posting on my community page. I have enough subscribers now, so thank you. And so I can do like polls, or I can just say, hey, what's up? And the other thing is lives, but apparently I didn't have a good connection. So I just wanted to talk about the movie here, which is Fall. And that was the whole point of my live stream, was just to talk about the movie Fall. Fall is a video that I saw on an airplane the other day on my way home from Florida. And I have to be honest with you, I didn't even get to finish it. I was very upset. I got to, I think I had like 10, maybe 15 minutes left of the movie. And it was to that point, like, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? Like, literally everything this person has tried. This girl has tried everything in the world to get down off of this stupid thing, and it's not working. So, literally, I am on my way after work to go rent it and or buy it, one or the other, because I need to see what happened. And it's not that bad a movie. So, I need to find out. I have to. It's like non-negotiable. I need to know what happened. So that's something that's taking place very soon. If I hadn't been binge watching Squid Games yesterday because I bought it on DVD, I probably would have watched it then, but I gotta find out. It's been a couple of days, but there is going to be major spoilers in this video just because you know how I am. I can't talk about a movie without giving some spoilers. I won't tell you everything, but it's pretty predictable what I'm going to tell you. But it's a very good movie. Oh, someone was asking me, why do I have cotton in my ears all the time? So the reason I have cotton in my ears is because my ears hurt all the time. And your nose and throat doctor told me keep cotton in, especially on windy days. Today is a windy day in Ohio, so that's why I have them. So that's why you see cotton in my ears every once in a while. It's just because of that. So anyway, the movie's called Fall, and it came out earlier in October, late September maybe. It's already on DVD, so I feel like it was in and out pretty fast. So it's about this lady who she and her friend decide to go climbing. And the beginning of the movie, it starts with her and her friend and her husband rock climbing, and there's a rock climbing accident and her husband dies. And that's part of the description anyway, so it's not like a spoiler or anything. They were being pretty risque, and they weren't doing it very safely, so it's not a surprise that they did not have casualties beforehand. So the main character, she's pretty much surrounded by trauma and the fact that her husband died rock climbing and she never wants to do it again. And it's been almost a year since that, and that's where our story picks up. Her father is Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I would gladly have Negan as my dad. That's all I could think of, though, was where's your baseball bat? So, she has a cool dad, but of course she doesn't get along with him. Convenient for the storyline. So her friend comes over and convinces her to do one last climb on this radio/TV tower, and it's taller than the Eiffel Tower. It's really tall. I don't remember how tall, but it's like a big deal. And it's one of the tallest towers in the United States, I think they said. And so these girls climb it, and of course it's in an area that says do not pass this area and danger of death. They ignore it, and they climb it. And when they're climbing, when they're climbing it, they had a issue with the ladder shaking a little bit, and it gets to a point where the ladder completely falls down and they're stranded up there and they can't do anything. Like, their phones have no signal, there's no one around. When they do finally get someone's attention, they completely ignore them and steal their car, so the evidence of them being there is gone. They're at least a mile and a half, 2 miles away from the town, and of course they're in a town that no one knows they're really at. Daughter's not talking to father. The friend doesn't seem to have any family either. So it's like no one knows that they're gone. The girl that's her friend is a YouTuber basically and does dangerous stunts. And she's recording everything. She's showing off, but she can't upload anything because there's no signal. So they're pretty much screwed. And there was times in the movie that I got pretty frustrated, and this is when the spoilers come in. they're stranded on top, no water because their bag falls, and it's like held on like this dish that's on the tower, like 20 feet below them. And so I was getting pretty frustrated because there's scenes that's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, she drops the bag and the girl below her doesn't catch it. Or she's operating the drone that they brought, trying to get it to go where it needs to go. It doesn't. She has to bring it back because it doesn't have enough battery power. So her friend taught her at the diner how to charge her phone with like the outlet of, not the outlet, the light in the lamp, and like she put her charger thing, I don't know if this works, but inside of the lamp where the light bulb goes, and she was able to charge her phone. So she used that information and charged the drone with that, and she literally held herself up, like it was like, I think they said like 50 feet above her, so she had to climb up it, and she had to hold on to this narrow pole, and because the top of it has a flashing light for airplanes, so she was holding on to that for dear life and holding it for like at least 20 minutes and just laying there. And I was frustrated because it's like, the friend is way more athletic, the friend owns the drone, why is she doing this? And then she finally gets the drone charged, and so she flies the drone to the tries to fly it to the town with a note trying to get people's attention. And I'm like, why is the one that doesn't even own the drone operating the drone? This girl's literally only used it once, and that was when her friend was purposely hanging off the side of the tower for likes. So it's like, why is she operating? And it was really irritating me. And to top it all off, this is about heights, fears of heights, Zach. Oh my gosh. This is about fear of heights, obviously. I did not know I had a fear of heights more than I actually did. Like, I didn't know I was as afraid of heights as I was, because I was like, oh, like they would look down, like, no, thank you. I would never let go, like, of anything. I'd be like, mm-mm. And then that's the thing, it's like, you have to get down. Like, even if the ladder hadn't fallen, they still have to get down. How? I wouldn't be able to get down. I got on top of my roof, and then I'm like freaking out to get down because I'm like, I'm up here, but I don't know how to get down. It's like ascending and descending from the ladder is my biggest problem. And it did not help that I'm a nervous flyer and a nervous traveler, and we had a very turbulent ride home. So it did not help at all that I watched this movie while I was already stressed, but I was so stressed and so anxious. That's why I need to know what happened, because I was just like, I need to know how this ends. So it actually makes more sense, and this is when the spoilers come, when they revealed that the friend has basically died, and she ignored that, because the friend does fall on the tower. She falls like the 30 or so feet down for the dish, and she lands on it, and her friend doesn't, the main character doesn't look down for a minute, and her friend hollers, hey, I'm fine, you need to help pull me up, and she pulls her up by herself. And so you're thinking, okay, because you're thinking, oh, she doesn't want to look because she doesn't want to see if her friend's dead. And you find out that she actually died then. So it's very reminiscent of a few movies. Like, this is obviously a movie that's related to like 72 Hours and Frozen, which is not the Elsa and Anna one. Frozen is the one where they're stuck on the ski lift for the weekend and freeze. And then there's 48 meters below. It's 48 meters? When I'm with Mandy Moore in it. And then there's Buried, which is a good movie. It gives you those feelings of defenselessness and hopelessness, and you've tried every option, even options that the average person wouldn't think of, and you're still screwed and you can't figure it out. So it gave you that feeling. And it reminded me of a lot of 48 Meters Below, because there's a point where in 48 Meters Below, Mandy Moore is hallucinating because she's losing oxygen. She's running out of oxygen, and that's like the last stage of being oxygen deprived, is you start hallucinating. And she hallucinates that she is rescued. She hallucinates that her friend's still alive and that she's rescued. And in the end, you find out that she was never rescued at all. She's just literally dying on the bottom of the ocean floor. And Buried, that's also a movie where the guy is buried alive in Afghanistan, and he is led to believe that he's being rescued, and like he's on the phone with somebody like, we found you, we got you, and they're digging, and while they're digging, this guy's being buried alive in sand inside of his makeshift coffin, if you will. And they get to the bottom of it, and it's not him, it's somebody else. They found somebody else. So like it's like you have this hope, and there's like this hope, and it's like, okay, good. And then they just drop you. Ow. They just drop you. And that's what this feeling was. And like my plane had been sitting forever, and all of a sudden they just decide to shut off the connection for the movies. My plane didn't even unload for another like 10-15 minutes. I was a little annoyed because I was like, I'm so close to find out what's going to happen, because pretty much there's nothing left that can happen. So it explained a lot. Like, it explained my frustrations. Was like, why is she operating the drone? She had to. She was the only one there. She finally accepts that her friend is dead. And, like, she has nightmares on top of the tower. And one of the nightmares is she dreams that the vultures are eating her friend. And it freaks her out. And then she says, hey, give me your shoe. Because they're trying to take their phones. And the first phone they put in a shoe, and they drop it down. They're trying to post something on a social media, being like, hey, we need help, call help. And no one could get the message because they had no signal, so they took it and put it in a shoe, and they dropped it down. Hopefully it was sent by then. I don't think it ever sent, because no one ever came, but she said, hey, give me your shoe. I'm going to try one more time with my phone, because they both had two phones. And she said, I can't. And she's like, why? I don't have any shoes. You have a shoe left. We need your shoe. She's like, it's down there, not up here. And she's like, what do you mean it's on your foot? And that's when she realized she was talking to an inanimate object. And she looked down, and her friend's there being eaten by vultures. So I really need to know what happened. I'm assuming it's not a happy ending, just because like there's no freaking way anyone's going to notice her, or it was a horrible cliffhanger, and I need to know. So like I said, I'm heading out shortly. And I'm getting, like, I'm on my lunch break right now, but I'm totally, like, after work, renting this movie, finding out what the end is. I might even do a follow-up just to tell you, and it might be, like, a 2-minute video telling you what happened at the end, because I need to know. So, the feeling that I have is normally not something I get. It's like a cliffhanger, like, that kind of movie. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, what? But it was good. Like, I believed the acting. I believed the grief that she was feeling. I was there with them. And maybe it's because it's actual fear of mine of, like, heights, but I never would have gone up there, so I would have had that problem. But there's just like this fear element of it that like had me like invested in this movie. So it is worth checking out. It is on DVD. I'm sure you can stream it places, so I think you need to check it out. No spoilers in my comments, please don't tell me the end. I think I know what happens, but maybe I'll be surprised and Jeffrey Dream Morgan comes out with a helicopter and his baseball bat, Lucille, and he saves the day. We never will know unless I finish it. So I'm going to finish it one of these days. I might binge watch the rest of Squid Game. I've already seen it, but I watched 4 out of the 9 episodes last night, and I went to bed very late. So I might finish that just because my friend's really into it too. So we're enjoying it together. I've already seen it, but he hasn't. So fall might have to wait a little bit longer. But I will see it. I will finish it this week. I will know what happened, and then maybe I'll do an update. But I think you need to see it. It's not original. The idea is not original, but the feeling is pretty good. It reminds me of the feeling I had with Buried, because I was very invested with the movie Buried when I watched it, and honestly, I've never been able to watch it in full again. With the feeling that it gave me at the end, it was like this hope, and it just rips it away from you. And I have a feeling that's what this is going to be, because every time I have a hopeful moment for this lady, it goes away. So she's pretty determined when I got cut off. So I don't know what she's going to do. It's going to be something ingenious that a normal person wouldn't think of, and it's going to be probably something really stupid. I don't know. Part of me would probably jump off. I don't know what to do. But I'll find out, and I'll probably do an update. But I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. It's free. So just do it for me, okay? Let me know what you think about the movie. Did you like the movie? No spoilers. But did you like the movie? What's a good movie that I need to watch and review, guys? Let me know. I have Black Panther coming out soon, so that's something I'll talk about. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with that movie, but let me know if there's something else I need to watch. I might do another review about Squid Games, because I only did a review of like episode 1 and 2, maybe 3. I've been thinking about it more, and I want to talk about the ideologically of it and the symbolism of it. So I'm going to start thinking about that, and I also have a couple of thoughts on some of the Ed and Lorraine Warren Conjuring movies. So I have some things planned up here. It's just I got to get them out there. So let me know what you guys recommend. I'll talk to you later, guys. I appreciate you being here. Bye!